With me tonight is Amy Gilman from the Toledo Museum of Art. And Amy, you're curator of a new exhibit called Wordplay. What is this all about?
Well, it actually started because I actually wrote my dissertation about an object, an art object that only involves words. And I had to kind of think about how to explain that to people who just think about art as purely visual. It's a picture. Mm-hmm. It is, it's a window on the world. But we actually think of words visually all the time. When you read a book, when you read a magazine, you start picturing the landscape that's described to you, the people that are in the book, the subjects of those kinds of things. And artists do the same thing sometimes. They'll use language to evoke images in your mind. And sometimes that can be purely visual, just using type and color, and sometimes it can be a way of cueing you to what's going on in a scene.
Okay, that is a different way of thinking about something as art. So if we come to the Wordplay exhibit, what will we see?
Well, the first thing you'll notice is that it actually doesn't look like, oh, it's just type on the wall. It's not, we didn't just take a bunch of books and open them up and put them in the exhibition, although theoretically you could do that sort of book as object. But what instead we've done is actually look at objects from our collection that might never be seen together, next to each other, and really choosing things that have very different visual qualities to them. One of the most evocative is a piece by an artist, John Giorno, who is most well known as a poet. He did a series of prints called Welcoming the Flowers. I think that's what it's called, Welcoming the Flowers. And it is basically a piece of poetry. So it's language, and it is descriptive words about flowers and sort of alliteration and sort of plays on language that are sort of descriptive of flowers. They're printed on these really, really bright and saturated color pieces of paper, so that the type and the paper are very different colors, and when you stand back away from it, it actually looks like a field of flowers. It sort of looks like a wildflower kind of field. And as you get up closer, you start seeing this great descriptive language, and you see this sort of play on words, and just these gorgeous kind of colors and images and things like that kind of sort of being evoked in your mind.
So are these very modern pieces? Is there an era that these works come from?
Everything is actually I think the earliest works are from the 1960s. So it is all 20th century works. And we even have things like, we have an LED object. One of the LED screens you see at sports games or anything like that. An artist named Jenny Holzer used that as a way of creating an object. So we have this very large LED screen that scrolls a message or messages to the viewers. And you sit there, you read it, you sort of respond to it in the same way you would respond to a visual work.
Okay. Well, that's a sample of Wordplay, which is at the Toledo Museum of Art. From when until when?
It opens October 16th, and it closes at the end of January.
Okay. Is there an additional fee for this, or included?
No, it's absolutely free to the public.
Okay. Thank you. That's the latest from the Toledo Museum of Art. Thank you, Amy Gilman. That is tonight's Talkback.